Please welcome next my dear friend and teacher, Andere, CEO of Funders Together to End Homelessness.
Good morning! I come to you today not just as the CEO of Funders Together to End Homelessness, but as an ordained deacon at Martin Luther King Christian Church in Reston, Virginia. And many of my congregants, my fellow congregants, over 60 years ago were at the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, where they chanted, "Until freedom," right? Until freedom. And in my faith tradition, we often talk about our joys and concerns. Today, I come to you with many concerns, but also joy, because I have hope that our collective concerns about homelessness can be solved when we work together. I have a concern today, folks, because sometimes the people of God, those who want to live out our faith in this world, forget that means radical love and hospitality. Our neighbors without homes need welcoming that sees and honors their full humanity. And I don't know about you, but when I think of a loving God, I don't think about ticketing or arresting folks that have no place to go. I have a concern today, folks, because so many of our communities, the only safe place to sleep, might profess the love of God, but deny our neighbors shelter and housing because who they love, because of what they've done in their past, or because they just need a little bit more time and support to work on the issues that I know many of us would have if we had to sleep outside night after night. Do you have a concern? I have a concern because we know racism and oppression is baked into the fabric of our country, especially our housing systems, and it is the reason our housing and homelessness crisis impacts Black, Indigenous, and people of color disproportionately. And we ask, why do we default to arresting and ticketing folks instead of focusing on housing and humanity? It's because our national response to issues, when it often impacts people that look like me, result in locking people up rather than giving them hope with something so basic of a concern. So I have, with something so basic as a home, and I have a concern about that. But what brings me joy and hope, what gives me hope, friends, is that when we work together and when the rich resources of our country are coupled with love and care, we can focus on the actual solution to homelessness, housing. I have hope because despite our country's long history of racism, we can show the world what is possible when we recognize the problem, when we learn from our past mistakes, when we listen to the people most impacted and start to repair the hard done. And I have hope because the solutions to homelessness are possible when we welcome our neighbors inside, when we look around our community and say, hey, that building is not being used, that could be someone's home. I have hope because I know when we say to our community and government leaders that we want resources to focus on housing and giving people stability, we can show what is possible in these United States of America. We can show that joy does come in the morning when we give our community something so basic as an affordable, safe place to live and sleep. And what do we say, like the people who marched on Washington? Until freedom! Until freedom! Because we know freedom comes with housing justice. Thank you.